All right. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Sibel Rasim. I'll be your facilitator for tonight at the American Heritage Virtual College Fair. Once again, thank you all so much for being in attendance, not only to our presenters for tonight that will share information of their amazing institutions, but also to our attendees that are looking to learn a little bit more. Before we get started, as your facilitator, I do have a few housekeeping items to just remind you all of. So a couple different things. Obviously, you're going to learn a lot about these institutions tonight, and you may have questions, and that's fantastic. And we actually really encourage asking those questions. But with that said, the chat feature on your side as an attendee is actually disabled. So you cannot chat back and forth with the presenters tonight, but what you can do to ask a question is use the Q&A button to type your answers to the presenters at any time. Please make sure that you do not wait till the last minute towards the end of the session to ask these questions, as we will not have a live Q&A at the end. So therefore, the presenters or the institutions will be answering your questions all throughout the presentation or virtual college fair tonight. So please ask them any questions you may have at any time using that Q&A function. Also, when you're asking the questions, please make sure to put the title of the institution that you're asking the question for in the question so they know who the question goes to. Also, because this virtual college fair is in a webinar format, we cannot see or hear you because your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. So just keep that in mind, and again, use that Q&A function to ask any questions. Also, there are many, many more college presentations that are offered, so feel free to sign up for other sessions and other time slots as well. Last but not least, a recording of this will be available about a week or so from this virtual college fair. So because all the sessions are being recorded, they will be available on the same page that you registered for this particular college fair. Last but not least, before we get started, since the chat function is disabled, doesn't mean that you shouldn't check it, because we will have our presenters drop some links, whether that's application links or maybe their information in order to contact them within the chat. So please feel free to check that as well. Without further ado, let's get started. Once again, I'll be your facilitator and I'll be in and out at tonight's presentation. With that said, we have first up Webster International University.
Hi, good evening, everyone from sunny, hot Florida. Hopefully some of you guys know of Webster International University already. We are located just about 2.5 hours north of you guys in Polk County near Lakeland and Winter Haven. Let's see. We are almost 100 years old. We sit on the shores of Crooked Lake, which is the third cleanest lake in the state of Florida. If any of you guys are fishermen out or ladies out there, we do have a fishing club. We'll get to that in a minute. But Webster was started in 1927 as an all-women's school, traditionally for business. So the classes used to be like mending socks, balancing checkbooks, things like that. So we've come a long way in the last 100 years, and we are happy to have students from 29 states and 31 countries, as you can see there. So lots of great opportunity for you to meet people from all over, which is part of the fun of going to college. So as you can see, we aren't that far from you guys, straight in the middle of the state. So it's, as I said, about 2.5, maybe 3 hours from you guys. It's an easy ride up and back. We are taking live or students on campus for tours, excuse me. So if you guys would like to schedule a tour, you can just jump on our website. There is a request for specific days and times available. We'd love to have you on campus to give you the full experience to see what we are like in person. So just to jump right in, our student life department, they cover all activities on and off campus as well as housing. Webster has 3 different options for our students. We have traditional for men's and ladies, and then we have an apartment style. So you get to choose. It is first come, first serve. So no matter where you guys are looking, it's very important to get your housing in as quickly as possible, especially if you are looking to share a room with a potential friend or someone you've met at a athletic camp or over the summer, or even online, just connecting once you get accepted to the school of your choice. Start making those connections early. And it's so easy now with all the social media, and we're also used to everything being online. And a couple of cool things, Weber has changed quite a bit over the last year. Most excitingly is in January, we opened up our Starbucks, which is located in our Learning Commons. It also houses one of our 24-hour computer labs, our bookstore, tutoring lab, etc. Our cafeteria had a facelift. We now use Sedesco, so you have options there for prepared items that you are asking for, made right in front of you. So that's great. And as well as our student union has had a facelift. So we're excited about the great changes here at Weber as far as our facilities are concerned. Now, different activities are important. You make of college what you want of it and how involved you get. So just a couple of our clubs listed here. Fishing and esports. Those are our two newest and the two we're most excited about. And I want to jump right into esports. If you guys are into esports, we do offer scholarships for esports. So our newest esports coach, Kyle, came to us from Purdue. And then you can see over here the facility, it was as it's getting underway. They are open for tours as well. So if you are interested in coming to Weber, potentially for esports or to be on our esports team, we will tour campus. And then our facility for our esports is approximately 3 miles from campus, but not far. You can throw a rock at it. So again, we are very rural. We do sit in between Crooked Lake and Orange Groves, but we utilize facilities around our community as well, which is also great for connections. Zipping right along here, if we have any athletes, be sure to let us know in the Q&A, or even if you wanted to schedule a time to meet with a specific coach. We're in the NAIA, so we give athletic as well as academic scholarships, and you can stack those. So don't be afraid of price points when you start looking at private institutions, especially being Florida residents. There's some great grants out there that you can receive and just keep stacking your scholarship amounts on top of whatever other athletic or merit scholarship you're receiving. So for instance, our newest flag football for the ladies, lacrosse for men's and ladies, sorry, just had a brain fart, as well as beach volleyball for men, beach volleyball for ladies, and indoor volleyball for men, which is quite aggressive. I forget, I hadn't seen it for a while, and then I went to a game and it's pretty impressive. So any activities you guys are interested in, let us know. Our bowling team is nationally ranked, which is quite exciting. Our cheer team is going to nationals next month, so they are getting all excited about that. I saw a couple of cheerleaders on campus last week talking about it. Also golf and tennis, those are the two that we need, golf and tennis. So if anybody out there is interested in playing for college, let us know. So Weber, we have a ratio of about 23-1 in the classrooms. This past spring, when we did close campus for the coronavirus, we were lucky enough, we've had under 10% of our entire campus body have to quarantine. So we've had under 50 people, which is fantastic considering we have over 800 students. And then with faculty and staff, you know, about 1,500 on campus. So we really did a great job with keeping that tapped down. Some of our professors did a hybrid. So you went to class one day, not class the next visit, because we only have classes 4 days a week at Weber: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesdays are your study days and conditioning a lot of the time, because a lot of our students are athletes.
Carrie, unfortunately, you are out of time. I'm sorry, I'll have to cut you off there.
All right, thanks. Sorry.
I'm sorry. All right, thank you so much.
Yep.
If you have any questions for Carrie with Webber International University, please put it down in the Q&A at the bottom. And I'm sure Carrie will also put her contact information down in the chat. If you have any questions for her about Webber International University, you can always reach out or again, put it down in the Q&A for her at the bottom. Next up, we have IE University in Spain.
Hi everybody, hope you can hear me. I'm just going to be sharing my screen and here we go. Hopefully it's all good. Otherwise, someone please let me know. So I represent IE University. My name is Faustine Ducroc, as you can see written right under my image. I'm originally from France and I actually graduated from IE a year and a half ago. So I'm always happy to share my experience and tell you guys more about what it's like to live in Spain, because that is where IE is located. So I guess I'll go right into what the university is all about. And I think the most important factor to know about IE is actually our students. And this is the reason why I decided to go to IE. And I think it's actually the reason why a lot of people decide to go to IE and decide to go to Spain is because of the students. So we have students that come from all over the world, from a lot of different educational systems. So we're very flexible in terms of our admission process and where you're coming from. So we always love to see your applications and to see like all of the different extracurriculars and all the different profiles that people bring. So when you're applying, just be you, and that's all I can give you as an advice. We have 75% of the students are actually from outside of Spain. So we have 75% of students that come internationally. So we have more international students than we have local students. So I guess we're a little different in that sense. And we have 45 languages spoken on campus. So overall, when you look at all of those, it gives 130 nationalities on the campus. So it's quite a lot of people from quite a lot of different places. We have a campus of 4,100 students. So I would say it's like a smaller, medium-sized university. But what makes that really cool is that in the classroom environment, you really get to learn about, like your classmates, and really get to learn from each other, because we keep the classroom environment quite small. So you're never going to be more than 50 students in a classroom. So you really get to like debate, and you really get to, get to know each other, and you get to, I don't know, kind of debate in terms of, everybody has very different point of views. Somebody from Venezuela doesn't have the same point of view as somebody connecting from Florida, as somebody who's from France, and somebody from Germany, and somebody from India. So the really cool thing in the classroom is that you really get to kind of share those point of views and learn as you go, and you learn from the teachers and from the people around you, which was my favorite thing when I went to IE. So I think the international student body really makes the classroom environment really special. And the fact that you have a lot of group projects, a lot of presentations, a lot of hands-on practical learning really takes it like a step further, because you're forced to be with people that are very different from you. So I think that's really special. And I think that's what makes IE very different. And then in terms of our pillars, so I think this is kind of important to talk about, just because it kind of gives you an idea of what IE is all about and what our values are and what we stand for. So this can kind of give you an idea of what it could be like and what we believe in. So basically the first one is the entrepreneurial mindset. I don't know if anybody wants to be an entrepreneur. I don't know if anybody is thinking of that, or if anybody likes business, but we are quite well known as a business school and quite well known as an entrepreneurial skill. So actually we were started by entrepreneurs, and those entrepreneurs created IE because they wanted to create a kind of different environment where you get to talk with each other and debate, and very practical, hands-on. And at that time, Europe didn't have that. So Spain didn't have that in terms of their masters. We started as masters and we opened our undergraduates. But so we still have those entrepreneurship things. You can create your own business on campus. A lot of the teachers are entrepreneurs. So that's one of the really cool things. And, being an entrepreneur doesn't just mean being a businesswoman. You can have your own law firm. You can have your own NGO. You can, have your own architectural firm. So I'll show you guys later what we offer, but just so you know, everything can be an entrepreneur, and you can be an entrepreneur within a big organization as well. So it's always good to think on your feet, and that's what really it teaches you. And then technology and innovation. So basically we like to constantly update our curriculum, constantly give you new things, like always make sure that what we're teaching you is the most up-to-date thing, so that when you start working, you hit the ground running and you have everything that you need to know in order to, be really good in the work environment, because that's what university is for. And then the diverse experience. So this is basically what I was saying with the international aspect. I think we have very international students, and we believe in that. We believe in diversity and learning from each other. And also the teachers are very different. They come from very different work experiences. Some of them are entrepreneurs, some of them used to work, some of them are teachers, and they all kind of bring their own experience to the classroom. So they're really cool. And then the lens of the humanities. So that's more like understanding that what you do has an impact on everything. So the environment, the people around you. So you have like ethics classes, and so it's all kind of tied together. So yeah, that's more or less what we stand for in a nutshell. And then I think the second most important thing about a university is the campus. So we do have two campuses actually. One is in Segovia and one is in Madrid. So I believe the first one will show you Madrid, if I'm correct. Yeah. So Madrid, I don't know if you guys have been to Spain before, but even if you don't go to IE, I definitely recommend going to Spain, because it is absolutely beautiful. So Madrid, of course, is the capital of Spain. Our campus is quite modern in Madrid. we have, like everything that you would need. And we actually built a brand new skyscraper. So you can see the new tower there. Madrid only has 4 skyscrapers and we're the 5th one. So we're in one of a kind university, I would say, where it's really cool because it's 100% sustainable, can get in with your fingerprints, facial recognition. So it's quite a high-tech campus. And then this is the Segovia campus. So Segovia is really cool because I don't know if you guys have been to Segovia, but it has an aqueduct, a cathedral, a castle, and then little cobblestone streets. So, I'm trying to paint a picture of what Spain is like for those of you that haven't been. But the Segovia campus, as you can see, is very different from the Madrid campus. And so depending on what you study, and let me show you here, depending on what you study, you can either start in Segovia and then end in Madrid, or you can do all 4 years in Madrid. Is it time to stop or?
No, you can finalize your thoughts. You have about 20 seconds.
Okay, amazing. So then this is just the list of the bachelors I was actually wrapping up. So we do have quite a lot of different things that we offer. And then we do have something special, which is called dual degrees. So that's basically doing a double bachelor, like a double major kind of. And yeah, and that was all that I had to talk about actually. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, but thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for IE University in Spain, please put it down in the Q&A down at the bottom. Next up, we have Florida International University.
Hello, greetings. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Oh, why don't I see my screen? Oh no, now it's ready. Sorry guys, can't see my PowerPoint. Hold on. Well, greetings. Welcome. My name is Marie Ray. I am the admissions representative for FIU. Welcome. And I'm also an alum from this institution. So I definitely love the school to the core of me. So hopefully throughout this presentation, you guys will love it as well. All right. So FIU, if I could find, there we go. We are in play. All right, perfect. All right, so FIU. So FIU was founded in 1972. So we're not a old institution, but we're not young either. We had the largest enrollment history when we did open, and we do have a second main campus called Biscayne Bay Campus. I like to call it the beautiful Biscayne Bay Campus. And if you've never been to Miami, just think about Biscayne Bay Campus being closest to the beach. So we're more east of Miami, and the Modesto Medi campus is more south. So act as if you're going to the Keys, okay? Not really Key West, but like 2 stops of 4, that kind of stop. Now, FIU is listed as one of the 4th largest institution in the nation. Yes, FIU. So if you didn't know, now you know. FIU is a very huge institution. The reason why I picked FIU is because with the 2 distinctive campuses, you get to pick between going to a large campus and having a large campus culture, or going to a small campus and having a small campus culture, especially if you're a student coming from a private high school background. A campus like Biscayne Bay will be great for you because it's a more small campus, small campus culture. Everything's right there. Everyone knows everybody, so it's easier to get around and get your feet wet in college culture. But if you want to have that grand, large campus culture, you can definitely get that from the Modesto Medi campus, okay? With being a large institution, we do have over 200 programs, so we think we most likely have it for you. This gives you a landscape of all of our campuses all throughout Miami. We do not have any campuses outside of Miami at this time, but this lets you know that when you think of an institution in Miami, FIU is the school that you should think of. We're the only public institution south of Florida. Okay, and this is just a glimpse of like campus culture, student life. We are repopulating our campuses. We did a lot of COVID precautionary steps leading up to repopulating our campuses as far as remote and hybrid classes, but all of that we're doing face-to-face classes starting in the summer. We repopulated the campus to like 40%, and by the summer we're going up to 80%. Woo, excitement! And by fall, our goal is to get to 100% repopulated, with still sticking with our 6 feet of distance and stuff like that. And we have testing on campus, and we do have an app called Panthers Protecting Panthers, P3 for short. And that is to help. So if any students have any symptoms and stuff like that, the app will be a great way to notify us, and you guys can do the precautionary steps that way. This is more pictures of campus life, housing on the top left, students going to and from classes, our band at the bottom, and a glimpse of our 3-story gym. So as you're eating all the great foods on campus, no worries, you can go to the gym and work that pounds off, okay? FIU was listed as the school in Florida with the best food options in the state of Florida. So we definitely got you covered as far as food. And if you don't like anything on campus, you're in Miami. So you definitely won't go hungry here, okay? As far as housing is not mandatory for students. You can live on or off campus. And that especially speaks to my students in Palm Beach or anywhere north. You can definitely have your first 2 semesters or a year fully online if you do find classes, if that makes you feel more comfortable for your first year, okay? If you want to live on campus, I encourage it, do it. I did, why not? And we definitely have different options for you. And to pick roommates, you can pick your roommate, or you can do a survey and we'll help pick a roommate for you, okay? There's no communal bathrooms, ew, not at FIU, okay? So everything is apartment suite style, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. As far as sharing a bathroom with the whole floor, not at FIU. Now let's talk about admissions, which you guys came here for, okay? It's gonna be short and sweet. The reason why, because applying to FIU is just that, short and sweet, okay? FIU is not a part of the Common App or Coalition. You have to go onto our website, which is admissions.fiu.edu, pick freshman applicant, and go through the checklist. You'll apply online. High school transcripts, we do not require you to input any information. You have to submit your high school transcripts directly to us from your high school, and test scores are still required. So you have to still take the SAT or ACT and have them submit your scores when you are ready, okay? There are no essays or recommendation letters needed to apply, okay? So all you literally have to do is apply, pay, or have your waiver submitted to us for your application fee to be done, and be good to go, okay? And tuition and fees is listed right here. Our credit per hour. I'm so sorry, I know I started late because I had technical difficulties. So sorry about that, I started my timer a little later than you. But this is our tuition and fees right here. And we are a public institution, so if you have any grant, we'll go ahead and look you up for any grants and or merit scholarships based on your FAFSA application. And here's my contact information, okay? So if you have any more questions, you can email me. I am on Instagram. We do Panther check-ins every other Friday. So definitely follow me, FIUMarie_W. And yeah, that's all I have. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties.
You're totally fine, Marie. Thank you so much. You handled that like a champ in the beginning. No worries. Thank you all so much. Appreciate that. If you have any questions for Florida International University, please put it down in the Q&A at the bottom. Next, we have London Metropolitan University.
Thank you. Let me just get my screen shared. Okay, hopefully everyone can see this. Again, give me a shout if anyone's having issues. I'm going to start my timer. Okay. Well, welcome to London Metropolitan University, everyone. Last year at this time, I was actually down in Florida visiting your campus for the in-person fair, but now we're in virtual world. So I am visiting you from snowy Connecticut right now. And so my name is Megan Godding. I am one of the international officers for London Metropolitan University in the United States. And I have a partner who lives in California named Jadon, and the two of us are dedicated to working with any applicant from the US who wants to apply to go study in central London in England. So I'm just going to go through my presentation to talk a little bit about the university, and then you could know that if you were interested in applying and you want to connect one-to-one to have a chat about studying in London, what the application process looks like, if your family wants to talk, I'm very happy to do that because I actually am from the United States but studied in London myself and lived there for about 7 years. So it's my favorite thing to do is helping students with that transition between the US and the UK. And actually our largest number of students come from the states of Florida and California. So I have a lot of students from Florida who are studying in London right now. So as a quick overview to London Met, again, we are located in central London. So picture big city London, the double-decker red buses, the underground, which is called the Tube. That would be kind of your daily life. So this would be if you were looking for a university that had a real city feel, a real global international feel, obviously people from all over the world. We have 2 campuses, and I will give a little bit of a rundown as to what programs we have on those campuses. We're a medium-sized school, about 10,000 students, mostly undergraduate, about 7,500 undergraduates, and we are one of the most diverse universities in the entire UK. We represent over 147 nationalities in our student body, staff, and faculty. A few quick bits about studying in London and in the UK that you might not know as a US student is that bachelor's degrees there are actually 3 years instead of 4 years. So you can get your bachelor's degree a little bit quicker than some of your peers from back home. Master's degrees are 1 year. So in theory, you could study for 4 years and come out with your master's degree. There's a lot of great in-state and public options in the state of Florida for you. But if you were looking to go private or out of state, it can get quite costly, and actually studying in the UK could be more affordable. Our yearly tuition is about 18,000 US dollars for the entire year. And we offer international student scholarships. You still can use US financial aid, apply through FAFSA. And we accept US veterans benefits as well, which some people from the United States are also looking to use. So you can still study overseas and take advantage of those programs. Quickly, like I said, we are one of the most diverse campuses in the UK. We really pride ourselves on that. Right now, we have about 100 full degree students from the United States, including lots from Florida. And my job is working to increase that number over the next few years. So we're really increasing our US student community, particularly in the past year. And I've started a new student ambassador network and alumni network for all of the students from the US to connect with one another. We've been doing a lot of Zoom gatherings lately. Again, like I said, I was an international student in London myself, so I feel really passionately about US students going over there. And one of the alumni of our university that we're most proud of is the current mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. Here's a quote by him here, but basically he is a proponent for London as a global city for students to come from all over the world. It's always rated #1 student city in the world in a lot of rankings, like QS student rankings you can look up. And that's because there's so much opportunity for international students in the city, free events, festivals, internships, work study. So I could really go on and on about that all day, but know that London really welcomes international students from all over the world, and you get to be an ambassador from your home country. So to just kind of buzz through some photos of campus, we have kind of our right brain and left brain campuses. So our Holloway Road campus is located in North London, and this houses our business programs, journalism, a lot of computer science, and a lot of the human sciences, health and sports sciences. We have a super lab. That's one of the largest science research labs in all of Europe. Our gym, our library and facility is up there. We're located next to Emirates Stadium, which is the home of Arsenal Football Club, if you're a soccer fan. And this campus is very close to King's Cross Station, which you might know from Harry Potter. And you can take the train from platform 9 3/4 to Hogwarts from there. It's about 5 minutes on the tube from this campus. But in reality, you can actually take a train from this station to mainland Europe, to Paris and to Belgium. So that's pretty cool. And if you're looking for more creative arts programs, our Aldgate campus houses our School of Art, Architecture, and Design, a lot of theater, television, film production, creative writing programs. So we really offer a really wide variety of programs. Just get in touch with me about the field of study you're interested in, and I can help you with the best match. Here's just some images of our facilities. Some of our state-of-the-art classrooms have really been gutted, our newsroom, our studios, some of our cafes and bars and chill out zones on campus, our gym. Accommodation, students normally live in private bedrooms that have then shared kitchens and bathrooms. So you have your own space to shut the door and have your own bedroom in most of the accommodation in London, which is really nice. And we help you find the best spot for you. And again, get in touch with me one-to-one, and I'll tell you a little bit more about living in London as a student. And the application process is rolling, so we're accepting applicants for September into the summer, and then obviously for next year. We have an intake in January and September. So again, please do get in touch with me. I'll pop my contact details in the chat. And thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you so much, Megan. If you have any questions for London Metropolitan University, please put it down in the Q&A at the bottom. Last but certainly not least, we have University of Toronto.
All right, hi everybody, good evening. Sorry, my mouse just decided to stop working, which makes it challenging to share my screen. I'm just popping my information into the chat, but my name is Courtney. I work for the University of Toronto. Once I get my screen share open, I can prove that to you. There we go. It is not sunny in Toronto like it is in Florida right now, but I hope that you still are excited about the possibility of learning more about a Canadian education. So there's 3 quick takeaways that I want to cover in this session. The first is that we're going to be talking about one of the world's top universities, and that's also a network of unique communities right in the heart of Toronto, which is a very dynamic, diverse region, and that U of T students can really mix and match programs and experiences to build personalized degrees. So let's go ahead and get started. So the University of Toronto is Canada's top university, and we have an incredible reputation for our academics, faculty, and research. We were founded in 1827, and since then, our faculty, alumni, and students have been leaders in discovery and innovation. And in fact, more research-based startups have come out of U of T than any other university in North America, and we're second in worldwide volume of published research in the sciences. A lot of people know, for example, that insulin was discovered about 100 years ago at U of T, but we also have done things like discover stem cell or start stem cell research and produce Oscar winners, Olympic champions, prime ministers, Nobel laureates, and best-selling authors like Malcolm Gladwell and Margaret Atwood. The second takeaway is that U of T is in a network of unique communities in the heart of one of the most dynamic regions in the world. When you live in Toronto, you live just steps from hundreds of vibrant communities and neighborhoods, each with its really own distinct character and flavor. The BBC once ranked us as the world's most diverse city, and there's lots of contenders for that title. We're definitely up there. And in fact, about half the population of Toronto was born outside of Canada and speaks languages other than English. And while we are Canada's largest university, each student at U of T is part of a smaller community where you can really feel at home. So the first layer of community that you'll find at U of T are our campuses. All 3 of our campuses are located within 1 hour of each other in downtown Toronto and the Greater Toronto Area, and they offer the same high quality of education, and they're all self-contained, offering our students everything they need from academic support to student life. And when you graduate, you're earning a University of Toronto degree, regardless of which campus you choose. It's critical to us that every U of T student has not just a home base, but also a team to support you and cheer you on. So we want to make sure that you're happy and reaching your full potential. And that's why each of our campuses is also home to a wide range of student services. Your professors and TAs will offer weekly office hours to work with you one-on-one. And U of T students really do take advantage of these services. About 91% of our students from first year come back for their second year at U of T. The third and final takeaway I mentioned at the beginning was the ability for a U of T student to really mix and match their programs to build their own personalized degree. So with over 700 program options, there's no shortage of opportunities to do this, and this is the best selection of programs in Canada. At U of T, many of our programs are available on all 3 campuses, allowing students the option to choose in which environment they want to study, and other programs are unique to a specific campus. We have the highest ranked and largest faculty of engineering in Canada as well, with 8 core programs you can apply to directly from high school or start off in our Track 1 undeclared first year, or consider our engineering science program, which is an enriched program where students spend their first 2 years in some high-level multidisciplinary engineering courses and then go into a specific major. We also have 3 additional communities that are unique to the St. George campus in our faculty of, our Daniels Faculty of Architecture, Landscape, and Design with 2 undergraduate programs in Architectural and Visual Studies, our Faculty of Kinesiology and Physical Education, which is the study of human movement, and of course, our Faculty of Music. There's really no better place to study music than in downtown Toronto. You can also customize your degree through your co-curricular record, which is a great way to take what you're learning in the classroom and put it in the real world. So that could be through paid work placements, through our co-op and professional experience year co-op programs, as well as our research opportunity programs. And when international travel is safe again, we have about 140 exchange partners internationally if Canada is not an international enough experience for you. And again, as Canada's largest university, you can get involved with any of our over 1,000 student clubs, our 44 varsity blues sports teams, or our intramural sports programs as well. So I'll quickly touch on some admissions information just to wrap up here. I will note that we have decided to move to a test optional policy continuing through the fall of 2022. So for anyone applying for fall 2021 or fall 2022, we are test optional for applicants from the US. Here's just a quick timeline of your application process. It's very similar to schools in the US. We do encourage students to submit their early application by November, just to give us plenty of time to review it. Most of our admissions decisions are made between January and April in line with the US process, and students would start school then in September. We also are pleased to offer a range of scholarships varying in value for international students. Applications are automatically considered for these awards with no separate application required, and successful candidates are informed shortly after their admissions. You can also use our Award Explorer to learn more about additional scholarships, including our Lester B. Pearson Scholarship, which is our largest international award that covers 4 years of study for international students. This one does require a high school nomination, so might be worth checking in with your college counseling office about this scholarship. In addition, we do work with parts of the US financial aid system, so if you are looking into any of the loan programs offered through the US Department of Education, you can use those at U of T as well. So that wraps it up for me. Thanks again so much for tuning in. I know there's been a lot of information thrown at all of you this evening, so I hope that you do stay in touch. And again, my information is in the chat if you need it. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for University of Toronto, please put it down in the Q&A at the bottom. Also, don't forget to check that chat. That chat does have some great information about our institutions tonight and their contact information as well. With that said, I'd like to invite our presenters back on video at this point in time. We do have a few extra minutes, so I wanted to pose a great question here that we have, and we'll go in just round robin presentation order, okay? So we'll have Weber International University first, but the question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
My advice would be to look at small, middle size, and large. So you get an idea. Am I a better fit at a small institution, a middle-sized institution, or a big school? And if you don't leave campus without feeling like you got a hug, then it might not be a good fit for you.
Great advice. Thank you so much. Next, we have IE University in Spain.
I mean, I think that was already great advice, but I guess to add on to that, I would say just be yourself. I mean, yeah, it's hard to find what you're looking for. So try to figure out what you like best. And then when you're applying, just be yourself. In the end, that's what they want to see. We want to see who you are and make the best decision based on that. So just show us who you are, what your passions are, and I'm sure it'll work out.
Great advice. Thank you so much. Next, we have Florida International University. What advice would you give?
The advice I always give students in regards to this question is to create an Excel spreadsheet and write down a list of all the colleges that you're interested in, and then take the initiative to get engaged with that institution. It is very important to kind of see yourself as being a part of the institution if you were admitted there. Finding your home is your goal, right? So the more you are engaged with the institutions you're interested in early would be the best benefit for you in regards to choosing what would be home for you the next 4 years.
Fantastic advice. Thank you so much. London Metropolitan University.
Yeah, I guess my advice to students is often to just think outside the box. Don't feel like you have to do what all of your peers are doing. I think a lot of you who are attending tonight in our session in particular here, we are some of the out of the box options because some of us are universities over the ocean, and you know that might not be what your peers are doing. It sounds very scary and intimidating perhaps, but you can take that life adventure. And there's a lot of people like all of us here in the room who are representatives on campuses, whether they're in Florida, whether they're in the US, or whether they're overseas, who can help you with every step of the process from the time you apply. So don't be intimidated by it, feel free to reach out and know that you can have this adventure for yourself.
Awesome. Love it. University of Toronto?
Yeah, I don't really have much to add. My advice is going to be to not do what your friends are doing just because that seems like a good idea, but really to try and think critically about what you want. I think a lot of us from the international universities, it sounds like moved. I'm actually from the US as well and moved to Canada to go to university. And it's sort of a natural transition time, no matter where you're transitioning, even if it's just to another institution in Florida. So it might be worth taking a bit more of a leap because you're going to be making some changes anyway.
Awesome. Thank you. I think we have maybe one or two answers for this next question that we have some time for. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? And Weber International University, you're first.
I would say it's our beach party. Since we are on Crooked Lake, we have awesome white sandy beach. And last year we didn't get to have it. It's always the weekend before graduation, but fingers crossed, we will be hosting it this year. It's fun because a lot of students will bring their boats and jet skis and water ski and tube on our lake. So Weber Beach Party, we have been known for it over the years, if any of you guys may have heard of us. So
awesome. Thank you. IE University in Spain?
I would say like the first initiation week when you're a first year. I mean, that's the one that I remember the most, just because it's like a full week of just a bunch of different things. And there's like, I remember a sumo fighting and like, like when you're in those big blow up suits and then like there's like photo booths and I still have the pictures. I'm actually looking at them right now. Like they're on my wall. I think it's just fun because you're meeting people and you're meeting so many people. And it's just like, it's that first week that just stays with you for the rest of your university career. So yeah, I would say the first initiation week.
Awesome. Thank you. I think we have room for one more. FIU, any tradition or favorite event?
My favorite tradition that I see on campus is our Trail of Torch. Homecoming is the greatest holiday for colleges. So Trail of Torch kicks off homecoming, and it brings all the students together and really starts our Panther Pride. So Trail of Torch is our biggest and most creative tradition.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for not only the advice, but just giving students the ability to see into your universities a little bit more by their traditions. I know we couldn't get to everybody on that second question. We are strapped for time, unfortunately, but I just did want to thank you all so much, not only as presenters, but my attendees for our virtual fair tonight. Thank you so much for attending. Just a couple little things before we head out here. There will be a quick survey. So after you close the window, super quick, there'll be a 4-question survey that will appear. So please give us some feedback. Also, sign up for more sessions. There are plenty more college presentations happening. So please sign up for more sessions. And also remember that the recording will be available about a week or so from this session currently, and it'll be on the same page that you registered. But once again, thank you all so much. And again, thank you, our institutions, for the American Heritage Virtual College Fair for being here. And I hope you all stay safe, stay warm. And again, thank you everybody so much. Have a great day or night. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you again, everyone.